Stamos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Think about it. We'll get into everything that we're going to get into as we go along, but I got to rant real quick. But why would you throw out an inexperienced pitcher in a game you're still close in? And I don't care what the record is. You show up for a fucking rivalry game. But he's actually talking to him constantly. That is a sign of a really, really good coach.
It's the ToddFox Post-Game Podcast with your host, ToddFox.
Because the only thing I want to yell is, fuck! Hey, 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 and how about tonight? What a win tonight. The Angels come back. Sort of. Only down one run. But this is a song they should have played at the end. Oh, yeah, the Angels get the dub tonight. 714 tickets, 714 tickets is a place to go. And by the way, if you haven't heard, we have now the tickets available for not only for the September, July 1st game. Those are going to be going on sale still or staying on sale. Brad told me through Friday. So there you go. If you want to pick up your tickets still for the tailgate, they are still available, but they're going fast. Just go to call 714 tickets anytime this week and ask them for the Halos in the Infield special. Also get 10% off of any additional purchase if you go on the app tonight. But I'll tell you one thing, Angels got it done tonight, and they did a good job, not hitting-wise, but pitching. And we'll get into that as we go along, as we'll break this one down. The Angels got off to a slow start. Obviously, Reed Detmers against the Dodgers had another good start. He pitched before that, had a good start. We'll go over his numbers as well because he's done an excellent job since having that ballooned, ERA and not being able to settle down. His last three starts actually, if you look at it, June 14th against the Rangers, he only gave up 3 hits, 1 run in 6 innings. Then he pitched against the Dodgers, gave up no runs in 7 innings, 2 hits, 8 strikeouts against the Rangers. He had 10 strikeouts tonight on 1 run, only 2 walks allowed and 2 hits allowed. And he just kept the ball down and he kept him guessing all night. 7 mornings pitched, but again, no run support. No run support again for Reed Detmers. He pitched his ass off tonight. And Dylan Cease is not that bad of a pitcher for the Chicago White Sox. And we'll get into that and the numbers and everything involved. And it wasn't like, they dominated tonight, either team. The Chicago White Sox aren't a good team. If we went through before I get into the box score, the standings for, the Chicago White Sox, they are currently in 4th place. They fall to 34-46. They broke their 2-game win streak against us. They're 20-20 at home, 14-26 on the road. So they're not exactly tearing it up. They're not exactly a really good baseball team. So the Angels got to take advantage of teams like this. And, of course, they didn't. But one good thing that helped out with the win tonight is that Texas lost tonight, and they now hold only a 5-game lead on us. As the Detroit Tigers, give them credit, went out there and got the job done. Now, this game was 1-0 in the first inning. A first-inning home run off the bat of Louis Robert, who continues to be their hottest hitter. The dude's batting almost 370. His 22nd homer of the season made it 1-0 Chicago. In the 4th inning, Shohei Ohtani, just what a incredible home run he hit. I mean, that was, even if you weren't paying attention to the TV, which my girl wasn't, she was looking the other way. And as soon as you heard the bat swing connect with the ball, she knew it was gone. She didn't even have to see it. So it was 1-1. And then the Angels, of course, win in the bottom of the 9th. Now, they had a chance in the 8th inning. And I'll say this again because I try to look with the good and the bad with the good. It depends on the game. But if I'm going to pull out anything bad in this game besides the lack of hitting in general, it's the fact that once again you get 2 men on and you just cannot find it within yourself as a manager to give the bunt sign. Phil Nevin and his philosophy refuses to put a bunt down. And they had an opportunity in the 8th inning. I mean, again, if you're down 4-1 and you have first and second, most likely you're going for the hit. You're trying to extend the innings, trying to get a couple more runs, shoot one to the gap, hit a home run even. I understand that. But in a tie fucking ball game or a 1-run game especially, you need to utilize small ball. And we all know as a team, this team refuses to do that. So you had an opportunity here in the 8th inning especially. I'm just going to highlight that inning. First 2 men on. You can't get a runner over because, well, you wasted the first 2 hits. And you get a strikeout, you get a double play, and that was it, right? So there went the inning. So 9th inning starts with, I'm already thinking, okay, do I have to get the golden sombrero ready for Mike Trout? Because he's already got the freaking hat trick. Do we need the golden sombrero? Do I need to get the little icon that I have? And for the awards for tomorrow on Instagram, do I need to put a golden sombrero on my boy Mike Trout? Because Nelson did not bring his back from Colorado for the first 3 at-bats of tonight's game. So, with that being said, in the 9th inning, he hits one pretty good to the right side of the field. Now, it's not a home run, but the thing is, that's what we were trying to talk about, and we've been talking about the last few weeks, is Mike Trout needs to just shoot the ball to right field to get his confidence up and then start pulling. Because if you notice earlier in the game, in his strikeouts, he's trying to pull the ball. Even a pitch that was about not outside, but it was on the outside corner, so it wasn't a ball per se, but he tried swinging at it with a pull swing. Now, if you're going with the pitch that's outside, then you should just swing like he did on that foul ball. So in the 9th inning, when he actually fouled the ball off and it was still in play, sort of, and it kind of just drifted foul, but it had home run distance or close to it, he's getting better that way. That's getting better. The more he's able to take those foul balls and, more closer to the field, or he's able to shoot them to right field, you'll see him be able to catch up with a fastball and pull it or hit it up the middle. But for right now, it's baby steps, and he's got to learn to go with what they're giving him until he makes contact. He made some solid contact in Colorado, but he got back to some really bad traits in this game. So that being said, he had a really good at-bat in the 9th inning, and he was able to work that walk and not strike out. So no golden sombrero for Trout. So he went to first. Then Ohtani came up, and I really thought, oh, man, 3 balls, 2 strikes. They're going to throw him something that is going to be out of the strike zone. He might whiff. He might see his helmet flip around, or he might just get one on the 3-1 pitch that he let go right down the middle and not hit it. And so I was like, damn it, dude, like he's got to come through right here. So when Trout was at first, I'm already thinking worst case scenario because this team is conditioned me to think the worst case scenario. But thankfully for us as an Angels fan base, it didn't happen because Ohtani laid off a bad pitch, ball 4, first and second. Now you got a guy up there, Brandon Drury. So again, 8th inning went by. I'm yelling at the screen, bunt, 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 bunt. They don't bunt, leave the runners there, and it turned into a double play by Theis. Because he was like, dude, I hit the ball hard, but right at the guy. So that was a double play. So 9th inning comes around. Brandon Drury has an uninspired at bat. He's just, up there trying to look cute or something, and he strikes out really easily. So there you go. And I'm thinking, okay, worst case scenario now, you got 1 out. And then the Moose is loose. I like the fans that actually are like, Moose, and they're cheering. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let's see what the Moose can do because I'd rather have seen him in the 9th inning of that Rockies game on Sunday, but that's another story for another day. So I thought, right man, right time. He got a single his 3rd time up, 2 times a strikeout. So let's see what he could do right here. So Moustakas comes up. I think it was the first or second pitch, wild pitch. And then right away, Trout and, Trout's already sliding into third. Maybe he could have even came home if he wasn't sliding, but I get it. So he gets to third base. And then you got Ohtani at second base. And I'm right there. I know it's a lefty-lefty matchup. And maybe that's what the manager for the White Sox came out there to ask the pitcher, bummer. Because it was a bummer they lost, right? Ha, ha, ha. Anyway, so he goes out to talk to Bummer. And he asks him probably, hey, man, do you want to pitch to the lefty? And then you can go after Ward. But there was something that I don't know if you saw it. But when they were talking and had that discussion, they panned over to Phil Nevin. And you saw a shiny belt in the dugout. And the only player that has a metallic shiny belt is Joe Adell. And Joe Adell had his batting helmet on with that shiny belt, and he had his bat in his hand, and he was kind of swinging, kind of, moving his wrist back and forth. And then I looked on deck, and I'm like, oh, shit. Taylor, I don't give a fuck, double play, Ward is up. But the thing was, I feel when we'll never know now because Moustakas was, I guess, given the walk-off or whatever, or Trout walked it off. But if they would have decided to go to the walk and load him up and put Moustakas at first base, obviously they would have pinch ran, Moustakas. But Adele might have come up there with a chance to win the game. And I'm glad the Angels won this way. But I ain't going to lie, man. I would have loved to seen Adele come through with a fly ball, at least to center field, and Trout runs it in. I mean, it was exciting that Trout came in. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. Obviously, a win's a win. But damn, what a great scenario that would have been to see Ward hit the bench for once and Adele get called up to make a big play and make a connecting play and hit one out or hit one to even a base hit or something. Just let Adele be the hero. But hey, you know what? It's all good. We got the win tonight, a wild pitch, and Trout was already 3/4 of the way in. A heads-up play, he was already in. Angels win 2-1. Estevez pitched really good tonight in the ninth inning. I think he threw, 9 pitches? So his ass better be available tomorrow. I don't want to hear this load management bullshit from our manager, Nevin. I don't want to hear any of that crap. And you know what? Credit to him for letting Moniak lead off tonight and putting Ward in the right spot where he should be, 7th. I'm hoping tomorrow, which the game I'll be at tomorrow, I'll be at the game tomorrow. Hopefully the Angels keep Moniak at leadoff, and then instead of having Taylor, I can't connect Ward, I would love to see Renfroe get another shot to play 7th. Have him bat 7th and have that combination instead of being obsessed with Ward at all. Okay, if you're going to be obsessed with him, play him 7th, but I'd prefer to see Renfroe bat 7th. So the box score for tonight, and there's not really much to talk about. This game went by really, really fast. In fact, let me give you the time on it. It was only 2 hours and 17 minutes. So this game started at 6:39, and it was over just before 9 o'clock. So this game was very, very fast. You had the Angels, with runners in scoring position, they were 0 for 4. The White Sox didn't do much better. We'll look at that real quick. The White Sox went 0 for 3, so it's not like they had a bunch of opportunities. Cease went with that porn mustache and pedophile mustache, went 6 innings, 1 run allowed, 5 hits, 10 strikeouts. So he matched Detmers. Joe Kelly, which I can't stand because he's former Dodger. Some of you like him because of what he did to Bregman and the whole lip thing, but that was a Dodger. If he does that in any other jersey, I think Joe Kelly's a cool dude. He did that in a Dodger jersey, fuck him. Also, Bummer gets the loss, a third of an inning, a walk and a strikeout. His ERA is at 6.58. So be lucky that we're not the White Sox and that we have to go to guys with ERAs of 5.5 to 6.5 because that's not their B team of the bullpen. That's some of their regular guys. At least we know our B team is Loop and Davidson. They have a bunch of these guys who can't really pitch, and Kelly hasn't been that spectacular this year either, although we made him look good, which makes no sense. So you go up and down their lineup. The White Sox had a couple guys with 2 strikeouts. No really hat tricks tonight. Outside of freaking Trout, which if they were going to lose, unless one of the pitchers really shit the bed, I was going to give it to him as far as being a guy who gets the nachos. So I'm not going to do that because obviously he had an important walk. If you contribute, you contribute. But our boy Moniak at least got a hit tonight, went 1 for 4, had a strikeout. Trout went again, got the walk, but he had the hat trick. Ohtani had 1 hit tonight, 2 strikeouts, but he got a walk, so that's productive. Drury had got a hit. We just wish he would have got a hit earlier in the game. Also, Moustakas got a hit but had 2 strikeouts. Ward went 0 for 3 again. Theis went 1 for 3. Renifa went 0 for 3 again, 2 average. And then also Fletcher went 0 for 3. But he could have got a hit. There was an opportunity there, but he kind of hit one hard on the ground, couldn't beat it out. Reed Detmers, though, by far, great outing, 7 innings pitched, 1 run allowed, 2 hits. Well-pitched game by both guys, dude. 10 strikeouts, 2 walks, lowering his ERA. It was just a 3 starts ago, his ERA was closer to 5, almost 6. So, again, if you look at what Reed Detmers has done his last 3 starts. He's got 6 innings pitched, one run allowed, 3 hits in that game against the Rangers. Against the Dodgers, no runs, 2 hits in 7 innings, and then tonight 1 run, 2 hits, 7 innings pitched. And in those 3 starts, he's racked up 26 strikeouts. So 26 strikeouts in 20 innings. That's fantastic. By far, if you guys know that Reed Detmers is not a strikeout pitcher, he's a pitch to contact type dude. I don't know what lever or switch he threw in the last few starts, but Reed Detmers is looking like that number 1 pick. He's looking fantastic. So there's a lot of good to pull out of this one. Obviously, you'd want the Angels to score more runs. Obviously, you don't want them to be struggling against a team like the Chicago White Sox. If this is the Tampa Bay Rays, I'm taking this every day. If this is the Baltimore Orioles, I'm taking this every day. If this is so on and so on, insert winning team there, I'm taking this game every day. But when you're struggling against the White Sox, this isn't the cream of the crop. It's a little discerning for me. I still got to see. I mean, look, we lost 2 out of 3 against the Rockies after outscoring them 13 in the 3 games, or 32-10. So, I mean, that never happens, but obviously it was skewed because of 25 runs in 1 game. So we got to get things together, and it's a good thing that we won tonight. We're a half game out of the wild card. We're 5 games out of the division. If we win 1 more game and Texas loses another game, then I could start smelling that division again, because right now it's still the only thing that I could smell when the team is this far back of the division is that's all I can smell. I can't really smell the team, or maybe this. Sorry, it's still going. That's from Dumb and Dumber, by the way. See, remember that little squeak at the end? Yeah, that's how we squeaked it out right there. But look, the Angels, it's disconcerting they're losing to the Chicago White Sox. Or not losing, but playing this heads up. I know it's a major league team. I know every team plays hard. I've heard all the stories before, but there's a reason why they, teams like this have more losses than they do wins. They're more inconsistent than us. But, the pitching you got to love. The pitching has been much better. And even though Tyler Anderson's start the other night, I don't know if James touched on it. I wasn't around on Sunday for the postgame show. But James filled in for me, and I really appreciate that. I was just, I don't know if he touched on it. Tyler Anderson didn't give you an amazing start, but he allowed you to stay in the game. I mean, for God's sakes, he only gave up 3 runs at Coors Stadium. That should be more than enough for you to catch up, and more than enough to score some runs. But, it just the team plays down to their opponent. But tonight, look, if they can keep squeaking out wins, are you happy with a 4-3 win or constant wins like this? Obviously, I am. I'll take it. There's always room for improvement. You could point out the negatives too, but I think on a game like this, you got to take the positives. Webb looked fantastic as well. He looked dominant in that 8th inning. So again, the pitching from start to finish, A+ tonight. Wonderful job by the pitchers tonight. And let's get into the Stamos Award. And real quickly, again, if for all those that didn't catch it off the top of the show, 714 Tickets had let me know today. Alejandro said call in because they're going to extend it to Friday. We're starting to sell a lot of the tickets, and there's a lot more, or not a lot more, but a few left still. So call in today or tomorrow whenever you can. They're open, I think, to 5 or 6 because it's next time our tailgate will be on the app. So they said sorry for that. That's why that's the only reason why you have to call in to get these special tickets. But there's still a few of them available, so call in. They extended it to Friday if you want to get your tickets for the tailgate this Saturday. And I'm telling you, you can resell that goddamn bobblehead. It's a one-of-a-kind. Don't sell it right away on eBay. Hold on to it. Don't open it. Save it to the end of the season. And depending on where Ohtani goes, whether he stays here or not, that thing's going to sell, and it's going to either go to Japan or the new team he's going to, a fan. They're going to pay some big-ass money for that. I'm telling you, this, if you hold on to a bobblehead long enough, and because a lot of people stupidly sell them right away. You don't need to. Hold on to them for a couple months, at least to the end of the season. Instead of getting like $85 to $100, you're going to triple that. You're going to get about $200 to $300 at least. So do that if you're not a collector. I'm not really a collector of bobbleheads. I explained this on the Around the League show this morning. It's more of like if I get one, I'll give it away or I'll raffle it off or something. I never keep them. And I should have, because I should have like 50. I should have the old Garrett Andersons, the old Tim Salmons when they were in the blue uniforms. I've had a bunch of bobbleheads. I've always given away to family and friends. So it's like the one I'm going to keep at the end of the season. I'm thinking of selling that to eBay, or I might just, for Fan Appreciation Day on the Halos in the Infield, we always do that at the end of the year. We give away memorabilia on trivia and stuff like that, free, no charge to you. You know, we give it away just to say thank you for being with us all year. So maybe I'm going to hold on to mine, and we'll do that at the end of the year. Fernando's giving away signed baseballs. So keep in mind, we just like doing stuff like that. But for you guys, again, if you're not a collector, you don't want to keep it in the box and fucking sell that thing for some good money. I'm telling you. And then take the family out and everything else like that. But getting back to the game, yes, that home run was crushed by Ohtani. He's your league leader, 26 home runs. And, you know, there's a lot of good to pull out of this game. There really is. And it's nice to know that you can get a win like this. Obviously, we've struggled over the weekend. You know, in 2 games you felt you should have won. If the bullpen holds on, if the hitting's a little bit better. And this one you can accept because Cease was on it, dude. And who gets the Stamos tonight? Not Cease. I could have gave it to that guy. But once again, I'm going to give it to our boy what do you call it? I'm going to give it to our boy Reed Detmers one more time. I'll read over his line because I've done it like 3 times. 7 innings pitched, 1 run allowed, 2 hits, 10 strikeouts, only 2 walks, and the 1 home run in the first inning. After that, he was nails. He was absolute nails. Great pitching performance for him tonight. The Angels bullpen or just the team in general. Nice job by the freaking Angels tonight getting the job done. Now, it was hard to find a guy, you know, I could have gave it to a bummer, you know. It could have been a bummer of a night for the White Sox as it should have been with the pitcher getting the loss right there. But I found somebody else that I'm going to give the nachos to, and it's not that big of a helping. So this is like, you know, it's like a half of helmet size, so it's like an 8-ounce size. It's like the ice cream helmet because I had to really stretch for this one.
All the chips, all the cheese, all the refried beans, all the onion and tomato and the guacamole, all the beef and jalapeno and the sour cream, all the nachos.
Presented to you by the worst hitting instructor of all time, but Marcus Thames. If you keep this up, you might be joining Paul Sorrento. That might be your award. But let's get to it. The only guy I found on here that kind of had a worse night is Eloy Jimenez. Eloy Jimenez, their DH, went 0 for 4 and a strikeout. But he had a couple opportunities up there, but he just didn't have a good at-bat. And when you're the 4th guy, DH, I know it's a stretch. I could have gave it to Bummer, but I'm going to give it to Eloy Jimenez, 0 for 4, in a good spot right there where you had Robert get on in front of you a couple times, and he didn't do anything with it. Robert's probably the toughest guy they got, and you got to watch him. He hit the home run. I mean, again, he's batting .272, but he's been batting .370 in the month of June. He's been on fire. So he's got 22 home runs. He's by far their best weapon. So if you're Jimenez, you got to clean up when he gets on base. If you're Vaughn, you got to clean up when you're on base. And Vaughn didn't get it done either. He's been hitting really good for them as well of late. He's been hitting .330 in the month of June. He was only hitting .240 though overall. So Eloy, you get the nachos tonight. Once again, a nice victory, and it's only sweeter because there wasn't that many games played tonight, and you pick up a full game on the idle, on the Texas Rangers who lost tonight. You do pick up some ground on the idled Houston Astros. So, we'll take that. They're 5. You pick up a half game right there. So you're 43-37. If you get under 4 games, like I said again, then you can start smelling the division again. You could really start smelling it. Right now, you just smell, once again, the same old. So right now, the pitching probables for the next 3 games. So you have Chicago White Sox will be sending in the tomorrow Kopech. Michael Kopech. And I think it's the second time we've seen him. He's so far this year in 15 games started. He's 3-6 with a 4.6 ERA, 42 walks. 42. He only had 57 all last year. He's got 42 already. He only gave up 15 home runs last year in 119 innings, and he's already given up 16 in 82. So he is very hittable. 37 runs allowed in 82 innings. That's kind of sucky. He will be opposed by our own Shohei Ohtani, which Shohei Ohtani is going to have his unicorn. If you haven't gotten tickets for that, go to 714 Tickets, get your 10% off via Halos in the infield, because it's the unicorn puzzle tomorrow night. Because I don't know if they told you enough. Because, we kind of were watching the game, and it was like, hey, Mark, do you know that they're giving away that solve the puzzle of the unicorn? And then they were like, hey, Mark, do you know that the Angels are playing Shohei Ohtani tomorrow? Hey, Mark, did you see that the Angels got that run? He hit that blast earlier in the game. And just ignoring the fact that they needed runners to get on in scoring position, it was just like, hey, this is what he did in Colorado. It's just one of those nights. So Shohei Ohtani will get the start tomorrow. So far, and let's see, 15 games started. He's 6-3, so the opposite. He's got 3.24 ERA, 37 walks. It's kind of concerning because he only had 44 all of last year. He's given up 12 home runs already, which he only gave 14 all of last year. But his hits are down from last year. In 89 innings pitched, he has a lot of strikeouts. So that's one thing to be very happy about. I think he's having that, that year, 117 strikeouts. He's likely going to end up with somewhere around 250 maybe. So he's doing a really good job there. I think we have the edge going into tomorrow's. I'll get into the comments right now in a second. Let me just finish this up. Also, Chicago White Sox in Game 2 will be throwing Lucas Giolito. I'm sorry, not Louis. So far in 16 starts, he's 5-5 in 92 innings pitched, 3.41 ERA, good ERA, but he has allowed 14 home runs and only 29 walks. So he does not mess around the strike zone too much. So you're going to have to be aggressive with him tomorrow. He'll be opposed by Jaime Bearia, one of the most underutilized or unsung heroes of this team at times. He's 2-2 in 4 games started. He's allowed only 4 home runs. He's got a 2.14 ERA. He's got 40 strikeouts in 46 innings. He's only allowed 35 hits. So that's pretty good. His walks are down, so I really like that. He's pitched really good. His last few starts, 5 innings, 4 1/3, and in 3 innings for a hold in Kansas City. So whenever he's been called upon to do something, he gives you a definite good start or out of the bullpen. So I really like Jaime. I like that dude a lot. And then I like us in that game and all, but it depends on how we attack Giolito, basically. Now here's a game where I think the Angels are going to tee off on this dude, and they teed off on him last time. Lance Lynn gave up a gang of runs, including a bunch of home runs. I think it was 3 or 4 against the Angels when we were in Chicago. He's 4-8 this year. He's got a 6.40 ERA. He has allowed 19 home runs. That is a career high. He had 19 all of last year. He's already matched that this year. And he doesn't walk too many guys because he throws a lot of fastball strikes. So he only had 19 walks total. But this year he's got 34. So his command's a bit off. In 90 innings pitched, he's allowed 100 hits. So he's allowing more than 1 hit an inning. So this guy, in all actuality, like we did in Chicago, we should tattoo him. Look for Moniak. Look for Moustakas. Look for guys like that to tee off. Even Brandon Drury. Fastball hitters, I'd expect Trout to hit one out. He's got to catch up one. This guy mainly throws fastballs. His last few starts, he got 5 innings, no decision. A loss 5 innings against the Dodgers. A loss 7 innings against Seattle. And 6 2/3, a no decision against Boston. He hasn't really done all that great in his last few starts. And then he'll be opposed by Patrick Sandoval, which this guy needs a win in the worst way. He needs to stop dicking around with a fastball after going ahead 0-2. He needs to start relying on his slider and changeups for strikeouts. But he's 4-6 in 75 innings pitched. He's allowed 81 hits. So again, another guy pitching too many hits. So this game could be a high-scoring game. Now, however, Sandoval's only allowed 6 home runs. He does have 30 walks. His ERA is 4.16. He's not striking out as many as he did last year. He's only got 57 strikeouts in 75 innings. So there you go. So I'm hoping the Angels can take 3 out of 4 from Chicago. I'm calling for the Rally Chris special in a 4-game series. So with that being said, let's get to the comments tonight, shall we? Grillmaster leads it off with lucky 13th win, but fuck it, a win is a win. So we're shooting for that 15 per month. That's supposedly Rendon's magical theory to get to the postseason. Good teams win tonight, and all Bally's can talk about is Ohtani. LOL. Yeah, good win tonight. Good team win. Great pitching matchup, Sean. It sure was tonight. Very fun. Only 2 hours long. Just glad we win because Texas lost 5 games out now. We picked up 2. The radio's playing Calling All Angels and Pop Rock's channel. Eric Ward says better than Savage Garden. Exactly. Sean Ireland loves Moose. I do too, man. I think he can be a good contributor to this team. It's your boy says a positive I saw that was the double steal at the end of the game, in my opinion. But yeah, we got to fix the play against trash teams. And that was good. It was good to see that they got aggressive. You know, I mean, obviously, if you're not going to bunt, yeah, do the double steal. It's as good as a freaking bunt, right? And as long as they caught him off guard, because they weren't even looking at Trout. So that was awesome right there. Jacob says, light that baby up, a win in the minimum of 2 of the next 4 in order to finish the month with 15 wins. So everyone's got that 15-win mentality. I like that. We beat Bummer. What a shame for the Sox. Boy, you are Grillmaster's girlfriend, Anna. You got the same jokes. Let's see. Also, Mike Moore says, the team situational hitting makes me sick. It is bad. It is bad, and sometimes they can't get out of their own way. Pretty cool, though. Moose just stopped by on Bally's and said he wanted to wear this uniform his whole life. That's cool, Eric. And, yeah, I wanted this dude 3 years ago before he went to Cincinnati. I thought he was going to fit in there good with Fletcher at shortstop and Rendon at third and Moustakas at short. I thought it was going to be great. Tonight proves that the Angels are only running Trout if the game is on the line, and I'm okay with that. Keep him healthy, Brian K. says. Okay. Todd Ward, garbage, comes up in the first and second, no outs, and swings away. Phil needs to go. I agree. I'm not liking this dude at all. Ward has just regressed, and you got to take him out. I think Renfroe would have stolen his position already had it not been for the issues with Trout and the issues with himself in the batter's box. But I really want to see Ward get better. I'm not rooting for these guys to suck. The only one that I root to suck on this team is Velasquez. Everyone else I want to flourish. Everyone else I want to be good. I want Renifo to hit 300. I want Ward to hit 300. Hell, I want him just to get a hit a game or a walk, be contributing. If you're going to lead off, learn how to bunt. Stop going up there to swing every time and get jammed and flare and easy out. You need to set the table for the big bashers behind you, and he never does. That's why he's a pathetic choice at leadoff. Luckily, we get a real steal during the game. That was Drury's at bat. My quarterback says, Halos win, Texas loses. Got my Heady tickets for July 1st. Flying out from Wisconsin for the game. Bought 7 tickets for my friends and family in the OC. Oh, man, you are the MVP. If I would have read this message, you would have got the Stamos. You would have got the Stamos, my quarterback. That's awesome. Hell yeah. You better come up and get your free nachos and your tacos and your drinks and all that gear that we're going to give away, the shirt and the freaking Thunder Sticks. You guys are awesome. That's awesome right there. That's freaking hella cool, man. That is hella cool. Grillmaster says, you're right. I have 12 good presents. Pop Rocks isn't one of them. Let's see. I have Channel 7. Oh, jeez. Chair says, bunt is a 4-letter word, Todd. And I guess that's not one that we like to use. Let's go through those on Saturday at Matt. Also, Chubb says, oh, my God, Ohtani pitches tomorrow. Bally Sports theme. You mean hey, guys. Oh, let me talk like I can't talk to Wayne Rendazzo, but I can do a Gooby, because when Gooby gets excited, he does the car commercials. You ever notice he's all, hey, that's my line. Hey guys, it's Mark Gooby's off for Valley Ford. He's all, I think Ohtani's gonna pitch tomorrow. Oh, I can't unlisten that. Good rubber match tonight. Wasn't expecting it. A walk-off is a walk-off hit or not. Exactly. Trotter here says, what a bummer for the White Sox. And I have that one, too. I just didn't have it queued up right here. Where the fuck is that? Every time I add something. Oh, yeah. There you go. See, also, yes, sir, walk-off is a good way to start the week off. And before our tailgate this Saturday, and I got good news, kind of. Well, you're going. I did see that earlier. So if you guys want to meet the ever so happy, the ever so, Shirley Temple drinking, I got to have a Shirley Temple ready for him. Big 20's going to be in attendance.
I'm so wasted.
Exactly.
Oh, gnarly.
It's going to be awesome. Vetter says, do we know who's pitching Saturday? Right now, it's between two guys, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get a Tyler Anderson start. It'll be the fourth or fifth time I've seen him pitch live. So he's not.
Wow, winning.
He's more like this.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there.
Yeah, so he's not always winning. That's the problem. Lakers fan says, yep, the only thing I like about Joe Kelly was him beating Astros batters. Yeah, that was cool. Best 80-game start since 2014, Mateo says. And it is, actually, because, if you think of where we were last year, yes, we started the year 27-17, 10 games over. We haven't been 10 games over this year yet. Hopefully we get there. I think that's the only way we're going to make the playoffs. But when you think about it, we hit that tremendous free fall, and then we won here, and then we just got spanked 3 times, won here, got spanked 3 times. It was never a catch-up to get back to 500, and it just fell apart the rest of the season. So we're very lucky to be where we're at right now. Landon says, Ohtani got a home run, nachos for bummer. Restunning says, bro, Velasquez celebrating pissed me off. Yeah, there's no reason for him celebrating at all, bro. I'd rather see Martin Boylan's the favorite, what was it called, Bat Boy cheering out there. Canning and Detmers have really looked good. They have. I mean, Griffin Canning, had we gotten some run support, you'd look at Detmers 1-5 still into his next start. He'd at least be about 4-5 within the last 3 starts. Respectable, And then you look at Canning, and, we made sure he was winning on Saturday with 25 runs. But think about it, he could have won his last couple starts before that too, and he could be looking at about 7 or 8 wins right now. And that's without him starting the entire season, He started late. Also, Johnny B. Good says, we'll take them as we can get them as far as the wins. I'm right there with you. I tend to criticize and sometimes get called out for finding the bad in some of the good. But I feel that if we're not going to be honest as fans, and, everything can't always be sunshine and lollipops, you got to find something that you can improve on for the next time. Yeah, we're celebrating the win. I'm happy. I'm stoked. I love it. And especially when Texas loses, that's even better. The only thing that could have made this night better is if the Dodgers played and got their ass kicked. That's the only way it would have been a perfect night. But, hey, it's still great night because anytime you can make up a game in the standings, it's a beautiful night. Let's see also, why is he still freaking here, Velasquez? I have no idea. Kelly would he has to be gone when Rendon comes off the list, by the way. He has to. And, by the way, that's a hell of a bruise to be out this long. See, Kelly would be a good addition to the bullpen, the chair says. Javier says Ward needs to go. Tomorrow should be Adele, Mickey, and Trout. Well, Adele has one more day because our boy Escobar is getting his citizenship. So congratulations to him. I think he's taking the test tomorrow. So if he passes, he's a USA citizen officially, and that's good for him. Hats off to him. But you got to think, man. You got to think with Rendon on the horizon, there's nobody else on this team you're going to send down. I don't see anybody else that you could possibly send down, even a pitcher at this moment from the bullpen, the worst pitcher. I'd rather keep Davidson. I'd rather keep Loop than keep Velasquez. He's got to go at this point. There's no other person. Water celebration's cool. Baby powder not cool. I miss the Gatorade showers. That's what I miss. Sean says, at Javier Ortiz, Adele is going to be traded. I think we can all see that coming right now. Anyone going to Petco this week? I tried for Monday. There was a friend of mine that wants to go down on Monday. I don't think I can make it on the 3rd. I really want to go down too. That's what she said. But I really, really want to get down there to see that because I missed that stadium. I haven't been there in a couple years. That place is really cool. I mean, I really want to go down there.
That's what she said.
I'm sorry, I had to get that in. Yeah, that's what he said. See, also Landon says, what does Roger want? Well, Roger just wants...
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Javier, I feel for Odell, he's never going to get a legit shot here, Eric says, and that's true. He's never going to get a shot here. Even if this is his opportunity, he's finally put it all together. It just doesn't look like it's in the cards. Now, if we find a team, because I went over this with a chair earlier on our show. By the way, check that out. It's Around the League show. It's on our YouTube page. We checked out the standings, and realistically, right now, there's only 10 teams that you're going to trade with right now. Everyone else is still alive. So now it's slim pickings, and you're fighting with several other teams, most likely on a player that you want, unless it's an outside player like Moustakis, who's not really well sought after. So you only got right now teams that are completely out of it, or basically going to be playing out the string is Boston. You have and they're still only 3 games out of the wild card. So I don't even know if we can consider them yet. But you got the Chicago White Sox, Kansas City Royals, Detroit still hanging in there, but really we'll count them as well. So those 3 teams, Oakland and Seattle. I don't see Seattle recovering. They don't have it this year. So you got 5 teams right there, and then you look over at the National League, and the National League, surprisingly, you have the New York Mets, who are looking like they're going to be sellers. The Washington Nationals, of course. Chicago's hanging in there because they're only 3 games out of the division, but they're 2 games under 500. Pittsburgh's really coming back down to earth. They should be out of it. They're 8 games out of the wild card, 5.5 out of the division. They're likely going to be sellers. St. Louis is going to be sellers, so that's 4 right there. And then pretty much San Diego hasn't written their obituary yet. I still think there's a run in them, but if they keep falling, though, as they've lost 2 in a row, it's hard to come back from 9 games out and also 6.5 of the wild card. At some point, they're going to have to make a harder decision than us with all them all-stars they have on that team to become sellers or not. And then you got the Rockies. So right now there's 10 teams available and possibly the Padres on the next team to be, they're probably going to play it out to the all-star break. And if they're not good and they're still not making any improvements, they could be a potential match because they're on the West Coast, they're National League. They're not going to want to trade within their division. So that gives us a leg up right there. There are some pretty good players on that team that hopefully San Diego will be stupid enough not to ask for a king's ransom, and we could take a couple of them off of their hands. Who knows? But there's going to be plenty of time to talk about potential trades because I know from running this page for 3 years, like James does, Fernando, and everyone else that's been a part of this program, knows that when it comes around this time, baseball players, baseball fans, I should say, love to talk trades, love to talk potential trades, rumor mills. So we're going to get a bunch of that in the freaking comments. We're going to get a bunch of that. And it's good. It's good for baseball. It keeps you talking, and you could scout other teams. Start watching your MLB app or whatever streaming service you use, and check out Detroit if there's a player on there you want, or Chicago or whatever. So it's cool. It's cool because you're being a scout too. You're trying to put it out there, put it on Twitter, make it happen, speak it into existence, right, my friend? Little Wayne says we are continually suiting either Renfroe or Moniak for Ward, who has been mediocre all season sitting. I'm sorry. I don't know why it says sitting. Oh, yeah, suiting. Love affair with him, and head scratching. One great month trumps an entire mediocre career for him. Jerry says White Sox suck overall, but Cease pitched well, and the umps were on his side. Boy, that was a generous strike zone tonight, Jerry. Caesar says you need to bench Ward, please. They never let me switch my tickets from row Z to another one. Vetter says, well, you know what, dude? I'm in P. So if you want mine, I'm going to be walking around a lot. I'll be honest with you guys. I'll be in the section for about probably first 2 innings and probably the last inning because I'm going to be walking around. I'm going to be halo honking it up. I'm going to be in the clown outfit, and I'm going to be giving away stuff during the game. But I'll be there for the entire tailgate, and then I'll be in the seats for a few innings. But I'm probably going to be walking around, and then it gets tiring, and then I'll be back in the seats. So don't worry about that. Webb has been balls out throwing strikes, the chair says. Mikio says, I think they brought Odell to replace Ward from the time being. He will be a dangerous 7-hole hitter. Moniak will be the everyday leadoff. I hope so, because without the pressure, I think Ward can be good. I think 2 weeks ago, Detmer said he remembered something from AAA about his wrist angle and grip. Ever since, my quarterback says. You know what? And that makes sense because he got fixed last year. I mean, he went down and he had nothing. He comes back up and he's just awesome. It was right after that, the no-hitter. He just turned it around. So, yeah, the chair says get money. Also, the chair also says I may have some bobbleheads to give away at the Heedy fam or for the Heedy fam. So there you go. The chair has some stuff to give away. Fletcher could use a little more work. He could. Balls, and Moustakis. So we have some of that.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Can't wait for Fletcher to be on the roster with Neto, and that's going to be amazing. You get a guy like, when we were talking about it too, think about this, guys. You know how contact Moniak is. He may strike out once a game, but he makes contact, fly balls, base hits. He works walks. He has occasional power. You put him in that leadoff spot with Neto batting ninth and potentially Fletcher batting eighth. When you get past the first lineup and you flip it, and let's just say the number 7 guy is the last out, and you have Fletcher right there, leadoff hitter. You have Neto, leadoff hitter. You have Moniak, leadoff hitter. Then you got Ohtani and Trout. I mean, you can potentially get 2 of those 3 guys on at least with 2 big power bats up there, and there's no excuse for them not to drive in some runs. That's what we've been wanting this entire time. And news on Neto is Fletcher from, I forget where he's, OC Register, tweeted out today that he has no pain, but he has not been cleared yet because with that kind of injury, the oblique, you have to be very careful with it. It inhibits your throwing, it inhibits your swinging and your body motion. So it could lead into a worse pain later or an extended injury. So they're going to take it day by day. But the good news is he's had no pain in the last couple of days, and he hasn't been cleared to start throwing yet. But if I had to guess, I would see him back either right before the All-Star break, like I'm talking the Dodgers series, or we see him just after when play resumes in the second half. I think he should be fine by then. And to get him back would be an enormous shot in the arm for this team. You can tell the team loves this kid. You can tell they rally around this kid. You could tell he brings that emotion and the energy to the clubhouse and the field. And when they get him back on this team, I'm telling you, they're going to play. There's a reason why you guys have said it, and I've said it since we brought up the dumbass squid. He's inked all over this team, and the team has not played very good. I mean, we've been playing inconsistent all year, but it seemed like when Neto was finding his groove, this team was starting to really ascend. And now we're kind of like just floating up and down on a wave. I think when Neto comes back, and if Nevin stays away from philosophy, having a 9-1 right there, and if Fletcher is hitting as good as he is, then that's even better. I'm telling you, to keep Fletcher at 8, have Ward at 7, you have the catcher spot in Theis or Wallach at 5 or 6. I like that. And then you got Drury in the 4th spot. I like that lineup. That's not a bad lineup. And then you got all the role players there too. Let's see. Also, can't wait for. I already read that one. Ace stuff by Detmers tonight. How many 0-2 counts? Yeah, Jerry. He was making a miss. He was getting ahead. Pinpoint accuracy. Chubb says surprise, not Ward for the nachos. I know. I was trying to keep it to a White Sox tonight. I wasn't. I'm not a big fan of Ward right now, but I'm not. He's not Velasquez status with me yet. Grillmaster's wanting to DFA him. Eloy is lazy. Also, Ward did make a connection with the ball and sadly didn't make any hit there. James says, I was here at the Big A, and that Ohtani home run absolutely was majestic and glorious. So he loved it. I mean, that was a huge hit, man. And that one went way deep, and I bet you James was when it went off the bat. Chubb says the double play was painful to watch. That was half the game gained on Houston, Toronto, and New York, also in the wild card. Landon said he was at the game. I heard he had some brats. James also said, I think Adele plays tomorrow. Kopech pitched versus us in Chicago. We hit 5 bombs off of him, so he is hittable too. Adele sucks, a.k.a. Steve Elise. Adele is gone tomorrow, Sean. I think he's up here one more day. Because they got to have a spot for him because of Escobar. Really, the diva Adele, who is afraid to dive for the ball and hit the wall. He was ready to hit. Also, the Angels will make the Sox pitcher look like an ace tomorrow. Vetter's saying it. Also, James says if Escobar comes back tomorrow like he's supposed to, Adele might be gone. I think it was 2 days though. That's what I've been hearing. I could be wrong, but I've just been hearing back to back. Everyone says the 2 days. Let's see. Also, who's got the connect on the good fireworks? Oh boy, just come to my street, dude. They freaking blow up the entire street every year. Ward is like Trout. It's all or nothing. But Thames refuses to work with players who need to get batting practice. DFA Thames and get a better hitting instructor. I do want someone that has a clear track record of being good as a hitter. Lynn has the same body as me, the chair says. Hey, hola, Todd. That means hello, Todd. Light that baby up. Shut up, Dan. Shut up, Dan. Jeez, how dare you?
How dare you?
He always causes me emotional damage when he tries to correct my English.
Emotional damage.
Hayes says Renfroe, a double play machine. He is leading the team with double plays. Roger needs White Sox after Ohtani's home run. Well, I think he had Black Sox, and then it just turned into White Sox, right, Roger?
The best looking guy to ever walk the face of the earth. John Stamos choked on me.
Wow, okay. Let's see. Also, rather much to see Adele over Ward at this point and Renfroe. We all want players to hit 300. Yeah, we do. You want to see Adele over Renfroe and Ward based off of what? My uncle from Wisconsin visited him back in 2006 and got to visit Chicago, go to the tallest building in the world. At the time, the Sears Tower, now named the Willis Tower. The Willis Tower? Let's see. I just got to call. Dang it! Yeah, you got to call Hammer. Also, I've accidentally seen all of the Canning's home starts, and I'm not disappointed. He's been pretty good. Okay, where are you guys this Saturday? We're going to be at the stadium. Ryan says it seems like forever since Ohtani had a shutout start. I hope he gets it tomorrow. That would be nice, but again, Chicago is very streaky, and they can get some runs in. I know Chicago is in Illinois, but where my uncle lived was on the border of Wisconsin and Illinois, right next to Chicago, a distance from Anaheim, L.A. to Hollywood. And Drizzle says, light that baby up. The Angels' weakest part is their offense right now. We all know that they can do when they are clicking. We all know what they can do when they're clicking. They just are way too damn streaky. Also, and I agree. Dan says, playing better without Rendon and Squid. What happens to Squid when Rendon comes back? Out of options. I hope so. I want Squid DFA'd as much as you do. He sucks. He does suck. And just fill in Squid right here with what Homer's saying.
Yeah, Mo, that team sure did suck last night. They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you can't say Andrew Velasquez without mentioning him sucking. I might go to all of the games in San Diego. The chair says, I'm trying to get to 1. I really want to go with the chair to 1. My uncle is going Tuesday, July 4th. I just want the celebration. Don't care if they are throwing a dang spaghetti at each other. I just want W's. Trotter here says, I'm going to the 5th at Petco. Can't wait. Big Hammer, if you're asking if I'm going Saturday, yes, I am. Heedy fam meeting up at Petco. That's going to be cool. Sorry, one day before July 4th. Nah, not going to be able to ready to go there. He's got a beach thing. Johnny B. Good says, man, a couple years ago in Arizona, before a game, Velasquez was about to throw a ball to me. Instead, he ignored me and threw it to a little kid. What a dick. Yeah, fuck the little kid. Any updates on Moniak? Well, he played tonight. I don't know what updates you're looking at. And Drizzle, he's fine. Let's see. I'm still 17. I'll be 18 in November. Vetter says, okay, got the same age until November. Don't you two hook up now. I'll be at the game. Just kidding, guys. I'll be at the game July 4th. JT says, okay, Angels have a lot to trade with a lot at stake. Exactly. That's what's going to make it hard to make a move. But we'll have to see. Trotter here says, headline in Chicago tomorrow, Angels, White Sox. It's a real bummer to lose the game that way. A lot of people are copying the Grill Master dad jokes. Also, I might walk with you, maybe. Big 20 says, me and Hammer will be your bodyguards, Todd. Oh, that'd be cool. You guys can come along because I'm going to need someone to videotape. I'm going to have those little microphones on. And we need some clear bags. If anyone has those clear bag backpacks, I need to stuff a gang of shirts and stickers and crap that I'm going to be giving away in one of those so I could, or if someone wants to hold it so we could just, start flinging them. Little Wayne, because I'm going to put little business cards for the page and everything else like that, so it's going to be pretty cool. Little Wayne says, when you're bringing up crap like Kevin Paldo and trading Moustakis, I think the writing is on the wall. Trey Cabbage is trade bait. Dude, I hope not, Little Wayne. I hope you're wrong, because I really, really like the fact that this dude can play, and we haven't seen him play in the major league level yet. He's one of these, dude, I don't know, man. I think Trey Cabbage, for whatever reason, maybe they don't want to let him fester too much, so or maybe shit the bed like Adele did, and then pull down his own stock. But man, I'd love to see him get a chance. Andrew says, last time I walked around during the 5th inning and came back to my seat at the start of the 9th, 30 minutes later. Yeah, that's crazy. Are you going to be there, Andrizzle? Because I'd like to meet all you guys there, as many as we can on Saturday. Vetter says, Mike Moustakis reminds me of Stukas over Disneyland. Oh, there you go. That's a good playing right there. That's Dan Rios' favorite song. He asks for it all the time, which is not a bad song. I really wasn't too up on that song until he started requesting it. I'm like, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see. Also, Eric Wallace says, good evening. I'm a Mariners fan. Just subscribe, sir. Thank you, Eric. And look, I'm a Seahawks fan, so that's the only thing we have in common, I believe. But we are respectful of other teams. There's been Baltimore Orioles fans coming here. There's been A's fans, Dodger fans, obviously. So we all talk baseball, and we all talk, it's obviously an Angels podcast post-game. But especially when your team's playing, it gets pretty heated up in here. Sometimes we have another Mariners fan who subscribes from living up in the Pacific Northwest, Leaf. He hasn't been as vocal this year, but he was very vocal last year. Jerry says, Renfroe is gone after this year. He might be good for a trade. Moniak can play more, and maybe Adele can fill in. He can hit the occasional home run that Renfroe does. Exactly. Let's see. Welcome in. Let's see. I was there. Vetter says Nevin and said Moniak's hip was bothering him since he tripped in Colorado. Nevin said he took him out because he's not currently moving as well defensively. He will play tomorrow. Jeff Fletcher. Well, that's good. That's good to see. I mean, because again, like it was brought up on Sunday, listening to the radio cast, Terry or Mark Langston brought up the fact that he had a conversation with Phil, and Phil said basically that Moniak's been bugging him to play and bugging him to be in there. And we all know that he won't let him face lefties. But he let him face a lefty on Sunday. He did pretty decent. So it's like, let him play. Let the kid play. He's putting up more production than Ward. I mean, dude had to go literally almost 6 for 6, which he basically did. He went 5 for 5, and then he walked on Saturday. So he went 6 for 6. It's like, bitch, you better not be freaking benching our boy Moniak the next game. And fortunately, he didn't. So, I mean, that's the thing. Moniak needs to play. Vetter says, my streetwear, or my street is war zone on the 4th of July. So is mine. I mean, they don't stop till like 4 in the morning, and it says fireworks are illegal in Whittier. I'm like, they must not enforce it, because they start fireworks like June 4th over here. They bring some in from Arizona, our neighbors down the street and across on the other street, and they're blowing up those big Disneyland fireworks like at midnight. And no one ever calls the cops on them. It's like one of those unwritten rules. Like, people can have quinceañeras. They can have birthday parties. We even had a wedding down the street this weekend on Saturday. So it's like people party to like 2, 3 in the morning. And the unwritten rule basically is, don't call the cops on me. I don't call the cops on you. So I've never seen the cops living here the years we have of anyone getting the police called on them. So it's just an unwritten rule. Everyone just does their shit, whether it's illegal or not, whether it's super late or not. You kind of just bite the bullet that night, close your windows, turn on the AC, try to drown out the noise, whether it's fireworks, whether it's parties, whether it's DJs. It is what it is, because I've had mine here too. I have a pretty big deck on the back of the house. We can fit at least 40 people back there, 50 comfortably. We've done the grilling. We've done watch parties, mostly for football. I haven't done any baseball stuff here, but yeah, dude, we stay up pretty damn late outside, and the deck is, again, not closed in, so all that noise travels out. We'll play the music, and the TV's pretty loud, so yeah, it's sort of like, you don't call them on me, I don't call them on you. Is it impossible to option Ward like Walsh to figure things out? I have to look. The chair can probably look that up for me. I don't know if he has any options left either. From one Eric to another, can we trade Squid to your squad? Yeah, do the Mariners want Squid, another guy who can't hit? Yeah, White Sox can keep Anderson, no more rumors. Can we please sit Ward? He clearly sucks. Watch Webb not pitch tomorrow because he threw 12 pitches. Estevez threw 7. That's Nevin logic. Yeah, you see, Eric, at least your team has the pitching, that the manager, they'll say, hey, we can pitch this guy tomorrow. He pitched today, but he only threw like 10 or 12 pitches. No, our Nevin as a manager likes load management. He's like the Clippers. He'll sit you. If you played today, you obviously can't pitch tomorrow, even though you only threw a few pitches. And obviously you're a bullpen pitcher where you're expected to pitch 3 to 4 times on any God-given team other than the Angels a week. On the Angels, it's like, whoa, you pitched 3 times this week? You better had a day off in between all of those, because if you didn't, your arm's going to fall off. Let's see, which one's Squid again? That's Andrew Velasquez. Look him up, Eric Wallace. Look at his career. It's pathetic. Estevez will not pitch back-to-back games per Nevin. Good God, Eric. Hell yeah, we won. What a great day, Fabio says. Shut up, Todd. Don't drink Bud Light. Hey, shut up, Vetter. You guys can share that Shirley Temples together. Dad says Nevin said on the post game that Moniak was dealing with a minor hip thing from when he tripped the other day. Oh yeah, we read that already, Dan. Trey joins Cabbage Patch Kids.
Smart thinking.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
No. Need some more Savage Garden music. Justin, you're always pushing for the Savage Garden. See, now we got this one the other day. This was rumored, not rumored, but recommended for us. And this was if we had a struggling loss or one that we just want to give up on because, it's one of those games where nothing goes your way, sort of like the Colorado series.
Icing over secret pain. You know you don't belong.
Let's get to the chorus.
Shroud, I know something's wrong. Well, everyone I know is got.
Come on, faster.
I wish you would step back.
There you go.
There's my friend. You could get tired of.
See, that's not a Savage Garden thing, because I guess as new guys, like, what the hell are they doing? You know what I mean? Like we're playing music, but it's sort of like an inside joke type thing, and we love the Savage Garden, especially the ones that the truly deeply madly. We like to make fun of it, especially. I can only play covers because YouTube's kind of fruity.
I'll be your hope, I'll be your love, be everything that you need. I love you more with every.
Because we need these sad songs when the angels shit the bed. So that's usually what we do. So if you're along for the ride and you're on this program, you'll see what we do on here. It's kind of crazy. Brian said, let's see. Also, Dan says Stuka's over Disneyland. It's then. Well, we'll end the show on that. Hey, Todd didn't get the notification for some reason. How about the dirty dealing Detmers? He'll be tested on Sunday versus the D-backs. Oh yeah, Brian. And that's a good hitting lineup right there. So I didn't get the notification either. Usually we have a lot more people in here. But yeah, that's going to be a crazy game. That's going to be a crazy game. All right, and Drizzle's going to be there Saturday. You got to meet up with me, man. Man, that brawl really got our guys bonding together. It was absolutely wild. Boy, Eric, I want, since you're a Mariners fan, it got you guys going. It got us going the other way last year. And I want to know, as a Mariners fan, what you thought of your boy Wanker freaking getting in our manager's face and our team doing absolutely nothing. That pissed me off. from the get-go in that whole brawl. Let's see, and then our guy breaks an elbow. What's his name? Bradford or whatever his name was. He freaking fell over the fence. That was weak. There's always parties near me and where we live, not that far from a police station. Cops drive by all the time. Nothing happens. Jerry says, when Escobar returns, wouldn't Squid get sent down? You would think. He's got to get sent down. By the way, Ohtani pitches tomorrow. Oh, do we know that? Because I don't know if they told us that. Let me ask the guys from Bally's. Does Ohtani pitch tomorrow? Are you guys really looking forward to Ohtani pitching tomorrow and also trying to solve the puzzle of Ohtani, the unicorn, the puzzle they're giving away at the game? That's how they respond. So Bally's, if you needed to know. Can we get a Roger Lodge tonight? Well, Roger Lodge says this. The season starts tonight because we got off to a good game tonight. I don't want to hear nothing offensive, right, guys?
Anymore. I just can't. And they can fire me if they want, but I can't sit around and listen to negative phone call after negative phone call. If you're a so-called Angel fan, if you're a Halo honk for life like me, then shut up with Sosha's gotta go. It's this guy's fault. It's that guy's fault. Forget it. Let it go. We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
You know that bastard said that season starts tonight sometime in August. Shut up. I can't stand Roger Lodge. He's a local guy here. He sucks. And I'll just say this right now, too. We do have a lot of baseball to be played this year. I want to know what the hell a Halo honk is. We like to make fun of it. I've got a jersey that's a City Connect jersey with 69 on the back, and it says Halo honk, and I dress up like a clown. That's to make fun of it. I'm not glorifying it. I'm not walking around like, yeah, I'm a proud Halo honk. Like, hell no. I don't want to be part of Roger Lodge's trash group because that's what's made this fan base soft. I think he's contributed to everyone that thinks that this team still has a chance 12 games out in September. That he's the fungus that has infected this fan base for the last few years. Let's see. Reed Detmers joins Shohei Ohtani and Nolan Ryan as the only Angels in franchise history to win one or fewer games with 8 plus strikeouts in 4 consecutive pitching appearances. Well, man, that's sad. Also, Adrian checks in with being an Angels fan is like a roller coaster this year. It sure is. Savage Garden is fired. Justin Option says, oh, God, they ruined Third Eye Blind. Yeah, that's a cover. That's a cover band. Darn, you made me love Stukas over Disneyland. Eric says, one of my buddies from high school was actually a minor league prospect, very high for the Angels in 2000, 2004. His name was Bobby Jean. Bobby Jinks. That was your boy? Bobby Jinks. Okay, I do remember that guy. And I'll pull up his stats because he was chubby. Yes, I do remember Bobby Jinks. He had the goatee. Hold on a second. I remember his number. He was not that good with us. But he was a guy, let's see. He was a prospect, but he never made it with us. He got traded over to Chicago. Played 6 years with Chicago, 1 year with Boston. And let's see, I believe he had only 7 years in the majors. And his ERA wasn't bad. I don't know if he ended his career due to injury or not. But, I mean, his ERA looked pretty clean throughout. Let me see. Bobby Jinks, dude. I hadn't heard of that guy in a while. Damn, it's not bad. Career ERA, where is it? How come I'm not pulling it up here? Advanced pitching. No, I'm not looking for advanced pitching. Yeah, he finished 16-20 for a 3.53 ERA in his career. So, I mean, that's not bad for a mostly relief pitcher. So, that's pretty cool. Let's see. Archie Bradley. Yeah, it's a dude that fell and broke his arm. What a dumbass. Exactly. Does anyone know if Ohtani's pitching tomorrow? Is he pitching tomorrow? That would be a yes. Let's see. That was wild. Yeah, Wanker was crazy. Nathan says, Todd, I have hope we gonna make the playoffs and fuck Nevin. Dude, if we do at some point, if we do make the playoffs, it's not because of what's Nevin's fearless leading. It's going to be because this team did exactly what Nevin didn't want them to do, or they won despite him. Let's see. Also, please, I need to know if Ohtani's pitching tomorrow. Okay, I'll ask again. There he is. He's going to pitch tomorrow. Who's that guy? LOL. Oh, Roger Lodge. That's a local guy here on AM 830. He's terrible. He's the cheesiest guy. He's in love with John Stamos. And he'll tell you what he wants right here, by the way, Eric. He wants a lot of this.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and John Stamos.
He wants John Stamos. That's why we have the Stamos Award. There you go. Todd, are you a Halo honk for life like me and Roger? No, I'm not. I'm not a Halo honk for life. Let's replay that. Yeah, James, can you please replay that walk-off walk when Trout came all the way down with that little oven mitt on his hand and he touched home base like I wish Trout would touch my butt. I mean, Trout touched home plate and he scored the Angels. James, play that again. That is what you get when you listen. Angel City Connect still is the best City Connect. Prove me wrong. I can't argue that. That's a beautiful jersey. Hayes says, Todd Fox, when the Astros-Dodgers play, who do you prefer taking the win? And you can't say both. I'm not going to say both. I'll always pick the opposite of the Dodgers. Again, if Satan had a baseball team and he had his demons playing in the outfield or the infield, I would be rooting for them. I can't do the Dodgers ever. Okay, I'm always going to pick the other team, always. So it's I was kind of bummed that the Astros, even though we need them to lose, I was kind of bummed they lost 2 out of 3. I really wanted to sweep. And by the way, if you get a chance, Google or check out on YouTube Astros fan walking through the Dodger Pavilion. Wow. If you've seen Game of Thrones, when that one Cersei or whatever her name is, I know I'm only talking to a few of you, but on Game of Thrones when she's walking through basically naked and they're like shame, and everyone's spitting at her and flipping her off basically and just yelling disgusting names to her as she's walking all the way, she has to do the walk of shame. That's what that fan must have felt like. Everyone and their mama. I mean, you saw grandpas, you saw kids, grandmas, mothers, husbands, and just overall felons from the county sheriffs. They're just flipping off this dude. I swear to God, how he wasn't punched or beer thrown at him, I don't know, man. But it was crazy to see because that took some balls. He was dressed from head to toe in Astros gear, and he was walking through the heart, the very heart of Raider Nation, and the black hole, and the county jail of the men's correctional facility of Sheriff's Department in Los Angeles. I mean, you got to have balls of steel right there. And I hope he was wearing a what is it called? A bulletproof vest, and had some sort of pepper spray if things went down, or he could have, had a rape whistle, anything. I mean, that took some extreme balls right there. That's all I got to say. What did that take, Roger?
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Exactly. Let's see. Also, let's see. Dodgers, obviously big. Nah, heck no. Eric says, yes, sir. I actually got to go to Colorado where he was coaching last year and actually shake hands with him, with the umpires and the manager and sit in the dugout. That's pretty cool. Camfrey says, glad we got a win tonight. Detmers continues to have great outings. Since he made an adjustment and let's see, in the way he pitches. Only problem I still have is the runners in scoring position. It just has to be better at the end of the day. That's what it is. That's what it freaking is. The runners in scoring position have set this team back too many times. Love Moose. I can't wait for a sweep. I'm calling it. Nathan says, all right, I hope you're right. But if we do sweep, Nathan, I will give you props. I promise. Let's see. Also, James by Mateo. Trout can touch my butt, Vetter says. Oh, God. Mama Luigi says 714 tickets. Yes, 714 tickets. Get your tickets for the tailgate. It's been extended to Friday, and you get that Halos in the Infield special, $55. You get the free nachos. You get the freaking – because we're going to have either helmet nachos or the box ones. We're trying to get the helmets, but those are kind of hard to get. They may not make it here in time, so you're going to have to eat it out of one of those baseball boxes, but it's sort of like the ones you get from those hipster places. They're pretty good. They're made to hold a lot of nachos. And our boy Jason Kroom Dog is not he's not skimpy on the toppings. So you're going to get really good nachos, really good tacos, drinks obviously. You're going to have like Coke, Sprite, and Pepsi or something like that. And then you bring your own beer, you get your Thunder Sticks, you get your freaking free T-shirt, and then you go in and get a bobblehead from Artie the Farty. So there you go. And then you get beer discounts courtesy of us, too, when you go over there. Hayes says, fuck the Dodgers. Also seen that video last year. It's actually this year, Hayes. We can know now Ohtani pitches tomorrow. Discussing fan base. Yes, in a few minutes, Landon, not yet. Artie needs to take that walk of shame, just not the naked, of course. Yeah, no one wants to see him naked. Let's see. Also, Jerry says Lannister. Nice, yeah. Hayes says, however, if the Angels were in the same position, I bet the Angel fans would be giving out their 2 cents as well. It's well-deserved, really. We do, we just don't do it in that kind of like fashion, you know? Eddie says that the criminals of Los Angeles. Vetter says, I'm going to get a rape whistle on Saturday. Those are pretty good, though. They have Angels ones. Just have to ask Artie for it. What is it? Trevor Bauer, I think, supports those. Oh, see, also, no love for the Astros and their boyfriend, the Dodgers. Eric says, and yeah, Bobby had an operation in Boston, which botched. He got $7 million, I believe, for that. Damn. Mama Luigi says, I still got my 2002 World Series Game 7 tickets or Game 7 sticks. Yeah, those are awesome, Mama Luigi, and we got to get you some new ones. But we got to bring back the playoffs. Nathan says, Todd, y'all should start selling and trying to bring back the Thunder Sticks. A couple other pages tried when they stole our idea. We were stupid. We were like Billy Epler when we first started, and we were going on here, and we were basically giving out our ideas like morons instead of keeping them and announcing them when we actually had it. And last year, I think Top Plays took our idea when we announced that we were going to do something, and they brought Thunder Sticks, but they botched it. They thought they were going to have a bunch of people there, but mostly Top Plays is just a video replay thing, and so they actually get most of their fans by bots. Because otherwise, if you look at the people that actually follow their page, you're thinking, damn, they got 89,000 or so on followers. And you start looking through their followers because they're like, well, maybe I could find some Angel fans that will like our page. You know, maybe I'll like them. They could like us. A like for a like. And I start scrolling down and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people from India. Wow, there's a lot of people from Korea and China. Maybe those are Angel fans, but I look on their pages and they're all advertising other stuff. I'm all, yeah, these are bots. So, yeah, if you look at our page and look through our fans, it's all homegrown. And, you know, I refuse to buy fans. And some of these other pages bought fans, and they thought they had fans. And so when they did the Thunder Sticks things, they literally only got like 60 or 70 people to do it. So that's on them. Let's see. Definitely last year just started circling around the algorithm again. Alex says we actually won. Mama Luigi says just bought a ticket from 714 tickets for tomorrow's game. So much better deal than SeatGeek. $35 versus $75 in fees. 714 all the way. And pass it on, Mama Luigi. It works for any team. It works for any concert and out of state even. Jerry says, I used a video to show my kids why I hate the Dodgers. Maniacs. Exactly. Original video says 8 months ago. Definitely last year. Oh, really? Okay, my bad. I thought it was this year because I saw it all over my feed. Let's see. Also, Eric Ward says, I wonder if Roger is sitting at home smiling and starting the photos of Stamos after the win tonight. He's doing something. Bring back the Thunder Sticks, Nathan says. Eric says, I'm surprised that Ohtani has 3 losses this year. Is that because he's not doing well or no support? I think he's had only 1 bad start, Eric, but it's mostly all bad support. Literally, dude should have 10 wins right now. The Thunder Sticks are the Yankees' worst nightmare. They are. They distracted the crap out of the Yankees. If you want to call in 714-598-3221, 714-598-3221. This is the phone call segment of the show. As we get at the end of the show, we usually do phone calls, and we talk with you, talk with whatever's on your mind. Sort of just chop it up, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, there we go. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, what's up, Todd?
What's going on, Landon?
Nothing much. Just kind of upset that Nut Fletcher was kind of quiet tonight after finally Phil not being an idiot and bringing him up. And finally realizing Squid is a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think everyone's seen it now. I think you still have a few Halo honks out there saying, okay, his defense. Well, where were you on freaking Friday when if all he does is turn that double play, Webb doesn't give up that grand slam, and who knows, maybe we're talking about Estevez getting a save against his former team. Instead, it's a grand slam because somebody can't catch a ball.
There we go. We can't deal with Velasquez anymore. Just DFA him at this point.
Yeah, you got to. Oh, go ahead.
Take some team to take him.
I think if we had a good trade going with anybody, let's just say mediocre players for mediocre or semi-good players for semi-good players, and we got a little greedy and Perry was like, hey, you know what? To make this trade really go, you can have Squid. And then they would be like, oh, deal off the table. That's a deal breaker, dude.
You can have Squid, and we'll give you $5 million just to take him.
Yeah, I still think they would turn it down, bro. I mean,
$5 million for a shitty player? No, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we went over his stats too on the look. You know, guys strike out about 100 to 150 times a year when they're power hitters, right? And you know how many times he struck out last year in 120 games or something like that? I think it's 119 times.
I was going to say 300.
But for a guy his size, he should be bunting, trying to work walks, slapping the ball for a hit. He struck out 119 times last year. He's useless.
Like Adele, defensively, useless.
Yeah.
Adele, defensively.
Well, see, Adele, I think could be something good if he stops like just dicking around in the freaking, in the outfield. I've seen him trot like a horse to a ball. I've seen him take bad angles. Like I think though this year he's looked a little bit better in that game that he was here. I've seen a little bit of his Salt Lake coverage. He looks he's not being arrogant like he was. He's being more confident and making traditional runs to the ball in the outfield. Good. He's tracking the ball better. So maybe he's finally found out, but unfortunately it might be too late for this team.
Yeah, it might be too late for him, like, at this point. Like, last year was his big shot, and he blew it. Like, he's tarnished. If it was last year was just, oh, this is my first year, I'll get another year, like, type of dicking around, you only get one first impression, and you fucked yours up big time.
Well, that's not necessarily true because, I mean, Velasquez is giving you plenty, and we're still like, hey, let's put him out there. And Ward, too. So, I mean, but I do get what you're saying.
But Ward isn't afraid to get dirty, and he isn't afraid to hit the wall at full speed.
Yeah, but he's still like he's got a flat swing. Like he still swings over pitches.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's good offensively. I'm saying I definitely agree. He's worked, but again, people are blaming Ward when we shouldn't be blaming Ward. We should be blaming Thames for not giving the batting practice needed for Ward, Trout, Fletcher, all these guys that Nevin just overlooks and throws out there. Instead of Nevin being the man and to say, you guys need to show your asses up for batting practice because you guys aren't getting hits right now.
Yeah.
Be more productive. We could probably be the number one team in the league if we would do this, man. Do the batting practice, do all this shit, all the basics. We could be the number one team. We could probably have not lost a single game this season. We probably could be right now.
Now, I'd tell you one thing. Where we would be is maybe where Baltimore is at, like with 47 wins, if we had a competent leadoff hitter, number one, and if Trout was anywhere close to the normal Trout that we're used to. Everyone else could still be doing the same thing. But you have those two positions or play, you have the number one spot. Let's say Moniak's playing like this all year, and he's leading off, and you would have Trout at his normal hitting status. The Angels should have been flourishing and winning a lot more games, dude.
I also say with that, I'd say if we also had a competent staff and a competent leader, we could probably be sitting where Tampa's at.
Yep. I mean, we wouldn't be undefeated, but I get you. We'd be in a really good spot.
How many times have we seen a double steal Not much. And tonight we saw one. Is that just me who saw the double steal, or?
Well, it's the first time we've really used it, and it's paid off because it should work because the advantage is to the base runner. But I would like for them to start dabbling with some bunts. Like start to look up in Baseball for Dummies and realize what a bunt is and utilize it. And I guarantee you that would help us score a lot of runs.
We should give Nevin a surprise gift. Baseball, coaching Major League Baseball for idiots.
Yeah. Yeah, but then we'd have to assume that he knows how to read. We might have to get the version on, what is it called when you listen to it? I forget what that's called again.
Audible?
Audible, yes. We'd have to get the Audible version. So, all right, man. Well, I appreciate the call, and I'm glad you had a good time. Were those brats fire that your grandpa brought?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Damn it.
He's going to come tonight.
I'll be there tomorrow. Tell him to bring something good. I'll be there tomorrow.
I think he has the tickets up for sale tomorrow because it's Otani.
Ah. All right.
Is it Otani?
It's Otani.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just make sure though, because I have to check in with him. Hold on. Bally's, is it tomorrow, Otani? Yep, sure is. So all right, Landon.
I want Otani on that. So Otani, I mean, John Stamos choked on me. Yeah, I mean, my wife choked on me.
Yeah. All right, bro. Have a good night.
See ya.
That's Landon right there. He was referring to
John Stamos choked on me.
Let's see. Just saying, I would personally drive Velasquez up to Seattle and drop him off. Eric Ward says, I think I'd pitch in for gas for that. Uh-oh. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd.
What's up, my man?
So, I've been partying all weekend.
Of course you have.
And guess what?
I'm so wasted.
I went to another graduation party and drank so many Shirley Temples again on Saturday night. And then Friday night, I drank a bunch of Shirley Temples. So Sunday, I recovered. But, drum roll, please. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
What's up?
I'm coming to the tailgate this Saturday. Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, we get to meet the one and only Big Hammer.
Yes, sir. And I'm getting super psyched up because
Emotional
and now this is really getting me fired up to come to the game on Saturday.
Well, that's awesome, dude. Again, we're gonna get you plenty of the Shirley Temples for you because we'll have that special for you. And then we we might do it out of a beer bong, but just pour the Shirley Temples. Like first, you have to chase it with a cherry first, and then just drink.
Yes, sir. And hopefully there's some girls at the tailgate on Saturday, so I can maybe get some girls this Saturday. Well, we'll see.
You know, we should do a date thing for you. Try to get you a woman friend.
I know that. Dude.
Yeah, this Saturday, hopefully. We'll see. But then I have the 4th of July next week, so I'll get plenty of
So I look at that way and say, hey, bud, let's party. Where'd you get this jacket?
So, yeah. But anyway, I'm super excited for this weekend. And, yeah, Angels won tonight. I was watching it at, like, a restaurant, and I'm like, wow, we actually walked it off.
Wow, winning.
I was so surprised. But yeah, I'm super excited for this weekend. First tailgate I'm coming to. And just getting super excited. Oh yeah, to meet everyone. And yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time, man. I have a feeling we're gonna have a real good time. So looking forward to it, my man.
And I'm gonna get super lit before the game, but we'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. We'll see how partied I go this Saturday afternoon. We'll see how much drinks I have before the night
good for you.
All right. Looking forward to it, man. The party as usual.
All right. Yep. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll call in tomorrow more about the tailgate. And go Angels.
Go Angels, my man. All right.
Bye.
That's Big Hammer right there. Gotta love me some Big Hammer. Gotta love that. Let's see. Fast Times at Ridgemont High is an insane movie. Say it a while ago. Dude, I've seen it a while ago. Yeah, it's a classic. That's a great movie. A lot of movie stars in that movie as far as ones that went on to have successful careers. Hayes says, Todd Fox, serious question. Dinner with Squid, a signed ball by Squid, or a party and an entire weekend with Big 20 and have the worst hangover of your life Monday morning? You mean a serious dinner with Squid, a signed baseball with Squid, a party an entire weekend, or is it Big 20, the worst hangover of your life on Monday morning? If it's either or, I'm taking the Big Hammer. Also says Fast Times and Dazed and Confused classic stoner movies for sure. And the other stoner movie you have to check out, you have to check out the one with Dave Chappelle. What was that one? The one where the famous line where he's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool. That's a really good stoner movie too. That's damn it, dude. I'm gonna look up that because I bet you someone would have this one. Because it's one of his only movies that he doesn't have like a real good movie. There it is, Half Baked. Half Baked is a really good movie. That's a hell of a movie as far as a stoner movie. There's so many quotes in that movie. I love that one. Let's see the poll question. Concerned we are struggling with bad teams. 73% of you say yes. 25% or 26% say no. 80 total votes on that one coming in. We usually get a lot more phone calls talking baseball, but it's usually Landon getting in there, giving his impressions and also getting pissed off at Ward. And then it's Big Hammer telling us about his surfing, his Jesus time, and also trying to score with girls and drinking plenty of Shirley Temples and partying. So that's a traditional Big Hammer, what do you call it, call. But I will say this. If it's philosophy. If you will be saying this, Vetter should call in. But I will say Big 20 is not what you think in person. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I was always thinking with a name like Big Hammer, this guy's got to be, I know he plays rugby, he plays football, he's a surfer. I'm thinking, okay, big guy. And when I meet him, I'm like looking like, because I'm 6'3", I'm looking at someone my size. And I'm thinking, okay, where's this dude? And I look down, and Big Hammer's like almost a foot shorter than me. I'm like, bro, and like you're Little Hammer, man, but you got that Big Hammer vibes. So he's cool, man. He's cool as hell. He's good people, but he's not what you expect in person. Because like I said, I'm expecting some at least tall dude, surfer dude, Spicoli type guy. But Big Hammer's Big Hammer, man. He's his own guy. So yeah. Definitely got to throw back a Shirley Temple with you before I start drinking the hard stuff on Saturday. That's for sure. Sure. Eric says whatever, guys. Size doesn't matter, damn it. His name is Big Hammer because something else. Hey, Vetter. See, that's what I'm saying. Sports News says the season started tonight and we're 1-0. Yes, we are. 1-0 in the division as we start to wrap things up here on the show tonight. Again, not too many teams playing tonight, so it was a light night of baseball. You had the Reds finally coming down to earth a little bit, losing tonight by Baltimore 10-3. Brewers beat the Mets, and boy, you gotta love Billy Epler over there. He's destroying the Mets. They lose again. They're 8 games under 500. The Twins lose to the red hot Braves. The Braves could be the best team in baseball next to the freaking Tampa Bay Rays. Good thing the Rangers lost at home to the Tigers. So thank you, Tigers. We, of course, beat the White Sox. The Nationals lost to the Seattle Mariners. And tomorrow's game, real quick, the games we got on deck, you got Game 2 of the Orioles and Reds. Padres, Pirates. Geez, who knew the Pirates were going to be this bad? I mean, the Padres were going to be this bad. Pirates are only 2 games back. Yu Darvish is 5-6 with a 4.84 ERA. Rich Hill, some old fart from the Dodgers, is pitching for the Pirates. And then you got the Giants, Blue Jays. That's a good matchup right there. We kind of want the Blue Jays to lose. Boston and the Marlins. That's a really good underrated series, too. The Marlins are in second place. You got Brewers and Mets again. Twins and Braves. Twins are a mess. They're 500 in first. Cardinals are a mess. They're playing the Astros. We need the Tigers to beat the Rangers again tomorrow. Manning goes for the Tigers and Perez for the Rangers. And then you got the Phils and Cubs. Decent series with the Cubs hanging in there. Then you got the boring one, Ohio versus Kansas City. You got the Dodgers and Rockies. Kershaw's probably going to pick up a win, but it's in Kansas City, so you never know. We'll be playing the White Sox, Kopech, and Ohtani tomorrow, or as Roger would say, Ohtani! And then you got the Nationals, Mariners again. D-backs, Tampa. That's a good matchup. 47 wins versus 54. And then you got the Yankees versus the lowly Athletics to close out the night. So a lot of baseball tomorrow. Eric Ward says, no midgets around here. Do you call these games, sir? Yes, I do call. We do a couple. We have done a couple of games. One this year, we do watch parties, and we're going to do a series coming up here. Looks like with the Dodgers when they're at the latrine in Dodger Stadium. So if you want to tune in for that, we have a watch party. We have a couple of guys in here doing play-by-play along with me. And so I won't be calling the game. I'll be the secondary dude. We have Dominic usually calling it. And then me and Fernando are the secondary fill-in kind of guys giving our takes. And then when things get a little hairy, we go to Bally's. So, yeah, the watch parties are definitely something you guys should check out if you haven't already. Yeah, and Eric, that dude is a real surfer, man, so you should check it out. Vetter says, I'm 6'2", so that means I'm about as tall as Todd and 3 feet taller than Big Hammer. Eric Ward is still asking Roger what he wants, and Roger's going to respond, as always, with...
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
See, didn't MLB want to call the bullpen the arm barn this season? Is that still a thing? No, unfortunately, there was not enough people that were upset with that. So that again, they look to wussify this whole thing. We can't call it a disabled list anymore. It's an injured list. I mean, so many people find so many things to be apparently, what is it called? Offended by. So, yeah. That's not happening. Let's see. Hammer Sill Beach is pretty good. It is pretty nice. Latrine Classic. Thank you. So, favorite beach to surf is Beach Boulevard. Jeez, this guy. Mateo says, maybe I can call the game. Todd has wanted to hear my home run calls and intros and endings. Well, if you do, dude, send me your email and we'll get you on. At least you can guest a couple innings or call a couple innings with Dominic. That'd be cool. Eric Wall says, is Bally's still a thing? Yes, it is. Bally's is still a thing, even though they're bankrupt. They are still doing that, and that's why we make fun of them, because they do anything, and I mean anything. They're like, there's a pitching, pitching coach coming out to talk to his pitcher. Let's send it over to the Jack in the Box commercial. So they put the game in the small screen. The big screen pops up, and then you hear... And then it switches over to the jack-o'-lantern guy or whatever he is, the bald guy, and he's talking with Snoop Dogg about the new Jack meal for $14. So it's a munchie meal or whatever. And then it comes back, and then they're like, they throw a pitch or two, and then it's like, oh well, Shohei pitches tomorrow. Mike Trout in the third inning. Let's go back to his home run. You hear that probably about 50 times a game. So it's terrible. Yes, it is Snoop Dogg. Hey, yeah, and Bally's does suck. ToddFox, if you drive by Beach Boulevard between a Ball Road and Cerritos, you might find some love and churches. If you know what I mean. Ha ha ha. What is up with Wayne and Gooby's love for that meal? Well, for some reason, and I love Gooby, but Gooby comes in there and he goes, with that voice, hey Wayne, I would love to have Snoop Dogg in here. We need some Snoop Dogg in here. Totally, Snoop Dogg would be great in the booth. Just do an inning with us. It'd be great. Talk about the munchie meal from Jack in the Box. So I love Gooby, man, and he hasn't called in because I think we really pissed off our chick from the Angels PR, and she sent the word out because we have a bunch of interviews that we've done. Former players and current players, and we've played those on our YouTube page. But to get current players to talk to us during season, they put out an email or something like, hey, don't interview with those guys. They're assholes. But we just call it like it is. I don't get on my knees and perform fellatio like all these other podcasts. We as a group here have always been the real fans. we're the ones that we cheer loud and get real excited when big plays happen. And we're also the ones that just boo the shit out of our own players when they're not performing. There's no in between. We're passionate, just like all of you, and we don't kiss ass. And even when we do like interviews, we ask the hard questions. I don't just ask, hey, what was your first car when you grew up? Like the fans have questions too that they want to know, so we ask those questions too. So we don't shy away from stuff like that. And I think that doesn't look good to the organization. They kind of don't respect that. They like the softball questions. They like the easiness from their media. So there you go. Also, let's see as we finish out. Mateo says Angels baseball and Bally Sports West in Orange County version of the Hatfields and the McCoys. It's the Freeway Series. Dodgers and Angels. Let's get it on. Laugh out loud. Awesome call. Got it down. Imagine Gooby high with Snoop Dogg. Oh, that'd be great, man. I think Gooby still smokes the weed. He probably does. We know Rex Hudler does. If Snoop Dogg actually came to the booth, it would break the simulation. It would. Where's Giddy for Gooby? We need him here. Anybody remember Bally's Total Fitness? Yeah, that gym company went out of business back in 2008. I don't know why MLB would think their television company would be any better. Exactly. UK Angels got Ward. I don't know how. Again, performing fellatio. Eric said, Todd, you need to get Bobby V on and talk trash to he's an old goofy ass. You know what, Eric? And I got a cameo. I should post that. He's actually promoting our show. I should get him on. But I'll post that on the Instagram. I got him promoting our show. I got to admit, even though I'm a Mariners fan, I got to be honest, Trout and Ohtani are for real. They are, but we got to get them to the playoffs. Let's go. Halos Pod says, how do you like your experience with Top Fan rivalry? I liked it. I liked it a lot. The guys are pretty nice, pretty cool. They have a lot of big setups, and the dude travels a lot. I don't know what he does for work, but they're really cool people. And so I had a good time with them. They gave me 20 minutes to do a little side show with them, talking a little Angels Dodgers. So we did that. And the overall back and forth on Instagram was fun. So, yeah, they're pretty cool. And they want me to do a watch party with them later on when the Dodgers play the Angels. So we got to see if our schedules, coincides. Because I don't know exactly which of the Dodger games we're doing. I think they want to do the July 7th one. So we'll figure that out. Gooby smoking that Angel pack. Eric says, do you think Ohtani is coming back? I think this year it's possible. It's hard to say. This franchise is not letting us know exactly what their intentions are. But if you had to play it by year, I would say no. But we'll have to see what happens right there. Let's see. What girl told the Angels we are bad podcast? Oh, it's someone that works in the front office of the Angels. I forgot her name. Fernando knows it. We had a good relationship with them last year. We were at Social Media Day, and they gave us a suite, and it was really cool. But right after that, I think they weeded through the ones that were good podcasts that don't tell it like it is and would just be Halo honks forever. And I think they kept those and gave those pages like your passes to on-field passes and stuff like that. And they kind of disassociated themselves with us. So, I would love to be in that position, but I know what I have to do to go there, and I don't want to do that. Mateo says, the 3-1 to Ohtani is absolutely crushed to right field way back, and the game is tied 1-1 in the fourth. Now, see, Mateo writes it good. I want to see him call it or hear him call it. Anyone remember when Darren Sutton called Gooby his bestie? That was just a little uncomfortable, right? ToddFox is, if Ohtani wins the World Series with the Angels this season, would you be okay with him joining the Dodgers next season? Boy, you're asking some very tough questions. I actually would, because that would legitimatize this franchise with 2 world championships, and I could live with that. It would be hard to watch, and I would wish only the worst for Ohtani moving forward, but I would be thankful that he gave us that championship. Also said, you sound like an honest guy, my friend. Well, I appreciate that, Eric. I try to be. How do you get into the tailgate? Sonny says, well, real quick, Sonny, I'm glad you got on. 714 tickets. You have to make the phone call. And when you make the phone call, you ask for the Halos in the Infield special. They'll give you the tickets right there. And then you just meet us under the Big A. And then when you come to the Big A, You show me your voucher, whatever they give you, and you get your unlimited tacos. And I'm not talking about, hey man, 4th Street tacos, you're good. You can come back for seconds and thirds and fourths. We're going to have plenty of meat. That's what she said, or he said. And that's what I say. So you're going to have a lot of taco meat there, a lot of different tacos, asada, pastor, and chicken. And then we're also going to have, helmet nachos. You're going to get your thunder sticks, your shirt, and obviously your entry to the game. Farty will give you the double bobblehead, which is the Otani, and the Trout bobblehead together. So tickets are going fast, so you have till Friday, but I would suggest get them as quickly as possible and call 714. They're only open from I think 9 to 5. This tailgate was not on their app, but next one will be. We're planning another one around August or maybe the first week of September, especially if we're still in it. So that would be a fun time to have one during playoff contention. That would be really nice. It's a pipe dream. I'm hoping. I may be smoking that good with Snoop, but I'm hoping we can be in it at the end. So, yeah, the promo code's not Halo Honk. It should be, though. But, yeah, I appreciate everyone's love tonight and had a good show. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. I'm going to be a little late because I'll be at the game. So by the time I get back here, it's going to be probably depending on how long the game goes, we'll probably kick the podcast post-game show off around 10:30, most likely. So be on the lookout for that. But I'll be on here tomorrow, and we'll be talking hopefully after another win. And so everyone have a good rest of your night. If you haven't liked and subscribed to the YouTube page, please do so. Check out our podcast, which is on all forms of freaking podcast media, whatever you have, Apple, Spotify, it's all there. Give us a 5-star on that. We'd really appreciate that. And we will see you guys tomorrow and, importantly, at the tailgate. Have a good night, everybody.